Hello everyone, welcome back to the WeChat account, Pierre taking you across the ancient Greek myth. And last time we were talking about the first part of Jason and the Golden Fleece, and today I'm gonna tell you the whole story, like the other half of the story. And last time I talked about that Jason and the 48 Argonauts together arrive at Colchis, the kingdom of Colchis. Well, Aeetes, which is king of Colchis, is actually the son of Helios, the sun which is high up in the sky. Well, Aeetes is very inhospitable, which means he doesn't accept all those other foreigners. In fact, he's so inhospitable that he kills all the foreigners that come to his land. Just like Jason and all the other people who just come to his land, he'll kill them. So when Jason demanded for the Golden Fleece, King Aeetes was furious because, first, the Golden Fleece is the most important thing of the whole kingdom. Second, Jason and the Argonauts are foreigners, and they're supposed to be killed, executed. Well, King Aeetes decided to appease a little bit of his anger, and he said to Jason and all the Argonauts, "Between sunrise and sunset, you must fulfill a task. You must harness my fire-breathing bow, plow out the field, and sow it with dragon teeth." What does it mean by sow it with dragon teeth? So the seeds, which are normal seeds, should be the dragon teeth. Well, this is a very hard task because no one can bear the searing heat of the fire-breathing bull, and nobody know what will happen. So if Jason succeeded, he will get the Golden Fleece, and if he failed, Aeetes said that he will cut off all the hands and all the tongues of you and all your great heroes. Well, it was a horrifying task because the heat was so high that men will burn to ash if they approach a fire-breathing bull. Well, Hera knew that only Medea, who stood at her father's side with modestly downcast eye, is the only one who could save Jason. Well, the first thing is to make her fall in love with Jason, which is a very hard thing. But Hera called one of the god, which is arrows, which shoot arrows of love into Medea so that she will fall in love with Jason. So, Medea looked up at Jason. As the arrow was shot, and suddenly she fell in love with Jason. So she wanted to save him. So he went to the Hecate's temple, which is her job is. She's the priestess of the witch goddess Hecate's, and implored the witch goddess to help him. And the Hecate's, not the Hecate's. Hecate's is the magic goddess, which I don't know how to characterize her, but she was pretty I don't know how to say, the magic goddess, kind of guided Medea to conduct a magic salve. And the salve is something you put on your body so that it wouldn't be more moisture, or it will soothe the harm. Well, at night, Medea went to Jason and held him hand and said that I love you. Well, Jason say, well, okay, I will make you my queen and then love you till the dying day. Well, all the gods looked at Jason and nodded, very pleased. Well, afterward, on the next day, Jason has the magic salve and he was invulnerable, so he successfully harnessed the fire-breathing bull to plow the field. Well, afterward, when the field was plowed, there were no plants that has grown, but some soldiers which has guns, which very fierce. Well, Jason again thought of a strategy. What is strategy? He threw a stone among them and let them kill each other, because the one who has been hit suspected that there are other enemies among them, so they're getting killing each other and they are very uproarious, and at last there's no such soldiers left. Well, Jason has succeeded. However, King Aeetes has no intention of keeping his part of a bargain because he doesn't want to lose his Golden Fleece, so he secretly ordered his army to kill all the Argonauts the next day. When Medea was again near his king, told Jason that, well, you just leave immediately because my father is going to kill you the next day. So Jason and Medea went to the tree where the golden fleece is hung, but there's a dragon that is guarding the tree. Well, they were all afraid of the huge dragon, so Medea used her magic and kind of just mesmerized the dragons, and the dragon was asleep. And then so they successfully get the golden fleece. And they immediately sail back to Iolcus because they're afraid of the king. The king realized that, and he was very, very angry. And he ordered his army immediately to set for pursuit because the golden fleece was lost. Well, the boats of King Aedes is full of very, very strong rowers who row really, really fast. Well, you know, the Argonauts are very strong heroes, but they are not as strong as those men. And they have more men than the Argonauts, so they kind of get surpassed very immediately. Well, Medea again thought of an idea. So she decided to kill her own brother because King Aedes would definitely stop for the funeral of his own son. Well, they actually set free the Argonauts and had the funeral. But Zeus was very angry because there's no other sins that is as strong as killing one's own kin, one's own brother. So he threw some thunderbolts at like the sea, and the sea was like roaring, and all the world is a mess. Well, there's only one thing that can be done to save all the Argonauts. It is to ask a sorceress to consent to sacrifice some pigs or things to kind of save them. Well, they searching for the sorceress, which is called Circe, and at last on the coast of Italy, they successfully find her. And Circe is actually an aunt of Medea, so she agreed to sacrifice some pigs and rams. And Zeus again was happy because the smell of meat was very, very sweet and awesome. So again, they continued. Well, when they've arrived at the island, they find out that there are like monsters things that is on island, which are the sirens. The sirens are half man, half, I don't know, fish, bird, or snake. And then the sirens are very, very dangerous because they sing songs. But the songs are used to attract all those sailors, where they will like kind of swim in towards them, and then they will use their sharp paws and they kill them and eat them. Well, they decided to adopt another plan, which is to use the earplugs to kind of plug up their ears so that they will not hear the songs of sirens. Well, Jason has heard of a like kind of myth thing that the songs of sirens can reveal the future. Well, he tied himself up so that he would not swim away and began to listen. And it actually turned out that songs were so beautiful that Jason began begging and wailing at all her friends so that they were like kind of, please let me go, or something like that. Well, they disagree with that. So, and Jason was like kind of saved because he was still tied up. And until like they kind of sailed on until they arrive at Colchis, and which means their deed or task quest is successful. Well, again, Peleus, which is Jason's uncle, has no intention of keeping his own bargain. He's like, no, I didn't say that. Why are you bringing back the golden fleece? Well, Medea again thought of a plan. So one day, as in the village, she set up a huge pot with hot water in it, and there are a lot of people that's crowding around her, wondering who is this stranger might be. Well, she successfully conducted a magic so that an old ram, which is like about to die, was turned into a new ram, which is like a newborn. And King Peleus was old, hoped to be young again. Well, he asked like Medea, can you give me some of those magic herbs so that I could be young again? Well, Medea gave him some herb, but the herb has no magic at all. Well, Peleus was scolded to death because it was hot water. Well, again, gods were very, very angry because Medea has committed crimes every time again. Well, Jason has become the king, but Medea was turned into an evil witch, which like kind of before Medea is a young sorceress, but now she was an evil witch, which Jason doesn't like evil guys who are ugly. Well, Jason abandoned her. All the people who look at Jason were very, very angry because he is supposed to have Medea as her queen. However, she refused. So he is not a guy who is like keeping his own oath. So all the people just chase him away. And one day, Jason sat on a lonely beach, and he was forgotten and misunderstood, lonesome, and nothing could describe him. His good luck left him, friends away, and he's sitting there looking at the once glorious ship, the Argo, remembering the past, and he died finally. And Medea, who has become an evil witch, disappeared riding 2 dragons. Well, ever after, the story has ended. This is the ending of the Jason and the Golden Fleece, which is a pretty sad story. It is a very glorious story in between, which all the heroes have committed such very powerful task. However, at last, the ending wasn't very pleasing. Jason has died, and he wasn't remembered. But myth has kind of just written down what he has done. And ever after, when people see the Golden Fleece, which is hung in the Apollo's temple, they will remember there are 48 heroes who set sail for a task that is supposed to be impossible. And then they've come back from the unbounded sea, successful, and bring back the Golden Fleece. And that's all for now, and until next time, bye bye.